Hey everybody, it's Miss Suzanne. This is my second conditioning video, and in this one you're going to need either a chair or some type of stool or an ottoman or something that can support your weight and is somewhere around knee height. It can be, a foot shorter or taller. The shorter it is, the harder this will be. If any parents want to join along in this video, if you have bad knees, go for something taller rather than shorter. So also besides the chair or stool, you're also going to need if you're on a hard floor, like the surface that I have, a smooth floor, you'll need like a towel or something, like a hand towel. Or if you're on carpet, like a paper plate or a furniture slider, if you happen to have one, would work well. All right, let's get going. There's going to be 12 different segments of this workout, and once again, I'm going to go by a little timer thing to help keep us on track. And also at the end of this, I suggest that you maybe take a little water break and a breather and then repeat it again, or even 3 times. 3 sets would be great. I only record things 1 time through because a 5-minute video already takes like 2 hours to upload. So anyway, let's get going. All right, so the first exercise, you're going to need your chair or stool. You're going to want to stand with your feet pointed slightly outward to help your knees point out so your knees don't turn in. Hold your arms out in front of you. You're going to sit down, just barely sit, and stand back up. These are often called box squats. Make sure you squeeze your bottom as you stand up. And try to keep your chest up tall. All right, good. Now the next one is going to be essentially the same thing, but you're going to just do it on one foot. So you're going to stand on one foot. I like to put my arms out to the side. You sit down and stand back up. Ideally, the foot that you're holding in the air doesn't touch. And if it does touch, it doesn't actually help you stand up. It's okay if it occasionally touches for balance purposes. All right, one more. All right, now the next one is going to be the same thing on the other leg. And if you guys are dancers, and even if you're not, I love it when kids work on pointing their toes. If you can point your toes and have a pretty form when you do things like conditioning and stretching, it's more likely that pretty form, the straight legs and pointed toes, are more likely to show up in your tumbling skills and your dance skills. All right, this next one, you're going to stand, put your hands on your hips, make sure your chest is up nice and straight, your feet are together, and keep your knees tight and straight, and squeeze your bottom. Maybe I'll come this way so you can see my feet a little more. Go up as high as you can on toe, and back down. And you can let your toes lift up a little bit when you lower your heels. Make sure you're squeezing your bottom and keeping your knees straight. All right. Next one is crunches. So you're going to lay down, put your hands back behind your head, but only touch with your fingertips. And you only sit up this far. Make sure you're not pulling your head with your arms. Tighten your abs to crunch up. All right. This is the one that you're going to need your slider or your towel. Walk your hands out. You'll go to push-up position and then slide your feet in. So you're using your tummy muscles to pull your feet in. If you want, you can bend your knees like this. If it's a little hard to do it with straight legs, just crunch in. Pull those knees in using your tummy muscles. All right. This next one, you're gonna lay back on your back, put your feet apart, and you're going to roll it this way. You're gonna touch one heel and the other heel. Your shoulders are up. So you're in that hollow shape. Right now we're working the muscles on the side of our core, our obliques. All right. All right, these next few exercises are for your butt. All right, so we're gonna go, well, it's butt and legs, really. All right, so hands and knees, hold one leg out to the side, and you're just gonna make circles. Keep your shoulders over your hands. And on any of this stuff, if you get tired, feel free to rest for a second and then start going again. All right, now we're doing the other leg. Circles, pulling it out to the side. Whew. If your leg starts to cramp, feel free to stop for a second. And then when you feel like you can, resume. Okay, now we're gonna do what's called a glute bridge. We're gonna lay here, and we're gonna lift our bottom up and down. So lift up and down. You put your arms out to the side, like this. So up and down. Squeeze your booty when you lift your hips. All right. Last two. And it's the same thing, but on each leg. These are called fire hydrants. That's what we used to call them in the gym anyway. So you're gonna keep your leg bent at like a 90-degree angle. And you're lifting it up like you're putting it on a tabletop. All right. I'll do this one facing this way. This is the last exercise. And start. All right, that's it, you guys. If you feel like you can, take a little breather and do it again. But anyway, hope you like these workouts.